Morning traders, and this is your Aussie day trade setup for today. So just kicking off with the small account, we've gone a little bit backwards. We're on 19.6 start of last week. We've closed off 19.440. It was a lot worse at one stage, but we recovered quite nicely. So that's a couple of bad decisions, as well as quite a bit of volatility with on the market. So anyway, that's the result of that. Now, starting off on the weekly chart here, we can see the buyers have stepped in the last 3 weeks. So if you look to the left here, you can see there were lots of selling in this area, and now the buyers have stepped in on this week. Still not much to read into this at the moment. It's still, for me, in a very confusing state, in a consolidation state, and it's either a consolidation for a second push-up or a consolidation for a move down. But at this stage, the bulls have not quite yet given up. You can't really say that the bears are in charge at the moment, even though there are a few more red bars and green bars here. I think it's still a lot of confusion at the moment. Okay, looking at the oscillators on the daily, you can see we are easing off. This is starting to set up for a pretty strong move to the upside, especially when you've got the two stochastics far apart like this. Okay, so yeah, it's still one line missing here. It's still either a flag, okay, or a flat bottom triangle, which would be a top. So can't really read much into it at the moment. I think the next step is to just have a look on the 3 hour, and you can see the last couple of weeks we've been moving up and down through the moving averages, not really getting much direction. Okay, we're looking for this kind of setup here if we're moving to the upside or moving to the downside. We're looking for some kind of a trend. Okay, at this stage there is no trend, still sideways. Still something that I'm not really interested in trading. So if we look at the hour at the moment, so what you could argue is that we do have a slight upward trend on the hour at the moment. We've had this gap up and then moving quite nicely to the upside in a pretty well-defined channel. Okay, in my eyes, this could still be another, how to put it, a flag. So not really going to read too much into that. I think what I'm more interested in at the moment is my levels. Okay, so let's just start with this one here. So if you look to the left, you can see a lot of interaction at this area where we closed, and that is the 51600 area. Then just above it is another pretty significant area, which is 51750. Okay, so I think the ultimate goal for me is we need to break above that high there. Okay, give us a new high. That would sort of start letting me believe that we have a change to the upside, or the potential break of a flag to the upside. The other thing, let's get rid of all this noise here, is if we look on the 4-hour chart, there was our previous high. Okay, and you can see it was pretty much lower high. Okay, there we had a higher high over there, but we didn't quite get a close above this area. I'll put a level there. You can see we got lots of tails above this area, but we didn't get a close above it. This fractal, we got an open and a close on it. Okay, difficult to call. I'd prefer to see a close above it, but that's kind of a close on it. Difficult to read something into that, but we could look at that and say technically we have a higher high. Okay, now what we need to do here is get rid of that noise, and then you'll see we have a trend line there, but then at the same time, I suppose probably flat. It's not a, but it's kind of a megaphone formation as well. So there's just so many different scenarios that are brewing at the moment. Okay, so let's just delete the noise. I'm really interested in that area there. And then the second area that I'm interested in is around here. And then the last one is a break above last week Thursday's high. Okay, if we look at the 12 minutes at the moment, Friday was pretty much all over the place. Okay, we did, of course, kind of trend up. The trend was up, broke below it, broke above it. I think its last bar is nonsense data. Yeah, last bar is nonsense data. So we have closed above this area here. And that gives me two fractals here. And I think that's kind of the level that I'm going to look at today. So 51691, you can expect some upside, and 51564, you can expect some downside. Where to? This is why I'm kind of reluctant to even bother getting into this, because the where to is either this trend line or this gap close to the downside. That's about as much as I can see happening at the moment. So from where we are here, you're looking at 200 and something points to the upside, or alternatively 400 odd points to the downside. Okay, so until we break the structure, I don't think we've got anything really brewing at the moment. So I'm not really going to be trading this, not even going to look at the Aussie today. And then the last thing, I don't think Ichimoku is going to give us anything. Let's just get to the 12 first. So, yeah, not much to read into this. You've got a bearish signal there, not much there. Flat cloud, flat Kijun, nothing really happening there. On the half hour, flat Kijun, flat Teganson, flat cloud is red. So a lot of mixed signals there, no real direction. On the hour, it is a slightly different picture. We have a bullish cross, we've got a twist, and we've broken through price. So looking at the hour, there is potential for a move to the upside. But what I'd like to see is a break through a level. And remember that inside fractal there is what I'm looking at. If we can get through that, I want to retest to the cloud, and then I'll start looking at potential upside. But for now, we are in the cloud that is ranging. We do have some bullish signals. There's 3 bullish signals here. So next step is to break through the cloud and test the cloud. 4 hour is a different picture. So we are bearish, we are bearish, and we are bearish. Okay. And when it comes to Ichimoku, I think the 4 hour is the one that I pay more attention to than any of the other lower time frames. And the last one is the daily. The daily, we are between Kijun and Teganson, therefore we are ranging. Flat cloud, we are ranging. But we do have bullish signals, so it's still a bullish signal. So for me, that is still the picture I see long term. But we need a daily close out of this before we can actually start doing something. And the longer we stay in this channel, the more difficult it is to break out of the channel. Okay, and there's a lot of geopolitical noise happening in the world, but there's also political noise happening back home as well. So we've got rumors of stage 6 for load shedding, and that's not going to do our businesses or economy any good. Okay, so for me, staying out of this, not really interested in trading this until I get some structure, which will then allow me to trade this instrument. But for now, I think there'll be better opportunities elsewhere. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.